What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the land of cryptos. I'm here with another presentation called Bitcoin Bulls. Now, this is part one of many parts to come, as they will cover all the major players of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general, as these major players have a vested interest in cryptocurrencies, and the success and failure of cryptocurrencies will directly be the success and failure of these major players. Now, it could be one of the most hardest things to determine a legit list of rich crypto holders, as the beauty of crypto is that you can remain anonymous. But we're going to use real facts and figures and information that has been disclosed by these individuals that give us an idea of what these individuals hold and what their net worth is approximately. Bearing that in mind, first on our list is the co-founder of Ripple, Chris Larsen. Now, he could be one of the most hated people in cryptocurrencies, as not a lot of people like the project, but he is right up there. At its peak, when Ripple was hovering around over $3, in fact, Chris Larsen's net worth was pretty close to $20 billion. With the recent drop in price, he is hovering around 7 to 8 billion as of February 2018. For those of you who do not know, Ripple facilitates international payments for banks using blockchain technology, and Larsen personally owns 5.2 billion XRP. Now, an interesting fact to note is that this company controls 61 billion of the 100 billion XRP in supply, which is around $75 billion as of today. Larsen has an MBA from Stanford University and has been a very successful entrepreneur for a couple of decades. Even apart from XRP or Ripple, he has co-founded a lot of successful businesses. It was started off with an online mortgage lender e-loan in 1997, and then 8 years later, he started another company called Prosper, which was a peer-to-peer lender that has been valued for over $1 billion. So even if Ripple doesn't work out, Larsen has done really well for himself in the American tech and financial industry. It should be noted that Larsen is no longer the CEO of Ripple. He currently serves as the executive chairman of Ripple. Though Larsen has co-founded and owns a few companies, he is 100% focused on Ripple, as this is a no-brainer. I believe 90% of his wealth comes from this major project that has made him so wealthy. So that makes Chris Larsen one of the biggest bulls on our list. Moving on to number 2, we have the co-founder of Ethereum, Joseph Lubin. Now, Joseph Lubin is also the founder of another major company called Consensus, which employs over 600 people all around the world and focuses more on venture production studio for Ethereum ecosystem. Lubin began his career working in robotics, machine vision, neural nets, and software engineering. Then he transitioned into finance, building trading systems, and running a hedge fund for Goldman Sachs Private Wealth Management Division. So he has a lot of stars under his belt. Lubin became very interested in blockchain technology after reading the great Satoshi Nakamoto's white paper. He believed that blockchain technology could change the world. In his search for the next big thing, he stumbled upon Vitalik's white paper in 2013 November for Ethereum, and he met the co-founders Vitalik and Anthony on New Year's Day of 2014 and committed to support the project. It was rumored that LUBIN was one of the top buyers in the Ethereum crowd sale, and though insiders claim that LUBIN holds over $10 billion worth of Ethereum, LUBIN claims to have sold some Ethereum and Bitcoin in order to support the development of his company CHANPENG. Bearing that in mind, we believe that LUBIN holds somewhere in the range of $1 to $5 billion in cryptocurrencies at the moment. Moving on to number 3 on our list is the underdog, and in my opinion, one of the most respected billionaires of cryptocurrencies, CHANPENG ZHAO, also known as CZ. Now, for those of you who do not know, he is the CEO of one of the biggest crypto exchanges in the world, Binance. Binance has even left behind companies like Coinbase. Now, Binance did not exist 8 months ago. This is such a new exchange, but the amount of success that this company has achieved in such a short amount of time gives CZ all our respect and makes him one of the most promising billionaires of 2018. CZ was born in China and both his parents were educators, but as their views went against the communist regime of China, they had to leave China and move to Vancouver, Canada, which would turn out to be one of the best decisions for CZ. Now, CZ went to the prestigious McGill University in Montreal, where he learned computer science and became a programming genius. CZ worked between Tokyo and New York, where he billed matching trade orders on the Tokyo Stock Exchange, and then Bloomberg's Tradebook, where he developed software for futures trading. As a young 27-year-old, CZ was promoted thrice, but that was not enough for the young programmer. He quit in 2005 and moved to Shanghai, where he started off his own company called Fusion Systems. Now, Fusion Systems was known to build one of the fastest high-frequency trading system for brokers. So getting into the whole exchange and trading space is not new for CZ. He has been in this for a very long time. Finally, in 2013, CZ learned about Bitcoin from a venture capitalist he was playing poker with. This turned out to be a turning point in CZ's life, and CZ got involved with a lot of cryptocurrency projects. He has worked very closely with Bitcoin evangelists like Roger Ver and Ben Greaves, from whom he started developing an idea to start his own pure play digital asset exchange that would not touch fiat currencies. As he learned from Roger Ver the risk and regulatory complications that he would have to go through in order to involve fiat currencies in an exchange. As we all know, in the world of investing, it is all about market timing, and CZ had the perfect timing to launch the ICO of Binance in July, which perfectly coincided with the ascent of Bitcoin. Now, the ICO of Binance was a success where he raised $15 million, which went up to $200 million in no time, and that helped set up the exchange. Initially, he started off in China, but due to all the regulation and crackdown, Binance had to be moved to Japan and now also to Taiwan. China is no longer the biggest user base of Binance. The biggest user base of Binance now comes from US, and the second biggest market of Binance is Japan. CZ claims to double the size of his team to 300 in the next 3 to 6 months. Binance now supports 120 coins, working with 100 plus wallets and 240 trading pairs. Binance claims that they receive over 5,000 applications for coin listing, out of which CZ explains that he only welcomes the projects that have strong credibility, user base, and liquidity, which puts these coins at a 3% chance to get accepted, which CZ claims is even harder than getting accepted in a prestigious university like Harvard. As of Feb 2018, Binance is the fastest and the most reliable cryptocurrency exchange in the world, and it offers its holders a form of value. So every time you make an exchange or Binance, you get a 50% discount on trading fees if you do it with the Binance token. Now, CZ obviously is the biggest owner of Binance tokens, and his plan is to use 20% of its profits every quarter to shrink the Binance token capitalization by 50%, which will only move his net worth higher. Currently, CZ is at an approximate $1 to $2 billion in net worth from his baby Binance. But like I said earlier, he is the most promising candidate of 2018, and we could see him go up way higher and reach greater heights, as his exchange is so new and there's a lot of potential for growth and success. Moving on, next on our list are the Winklevoss twins, Cameron and Tyler. Now, Cameron and Tyler have one of the greatest comeback stories in American business. They bought Bitcoin when very few people were into it way back in 2012 and held on tight even when the price of Bitcoin crashed all the way down to 80% from 2013 to 2015. They still had the courage to sink more money into Bitcoin and other crypto assets like Ether. Now, you might remember the twins from the entire Facebook scandal with Mark Zuckerberg, where they claimed that Mark stole their idea of Facebook. Now, this went all the way to the courts, and finally Facebook settled with $65 million in Facebook stock and cash. This money was then used to invest into Bitcoin, which would have been, at that point in time, one of the worst investments for them, as the Facebook stock kept going up and Bitcoin prices kept going down. But they stuck to their guns and bought even more cryptocurrencies, which has now turned out to be one of the best investment decisions they ever made. The twins have an approximate net worth of $1 billion from cryptocurrencies, and they believe that the price of Bitcoin could reach $300,000 to $500,000 in the near future. The twins also invested in a very lucrative New York-based cryptocurrency exchange called Gemini, where investors can buy and sell digital currencies. Gemini, along with Coinbase, is one of the only places where US residents can easily sell crypto for US dollars. The twins believe in a philosophy to ask for permission and not forgiveness. That's the reason they made sure that all the regulatory terms were met when they started off with their exchange Gemini. A lot of analysts claim that the exchange could turn out to be even more profitable than their initial investment in Bitcoin. Alrighty guys, so this is the end of part 1 for Bitcoin bulls. Obviously, I'll be coming out with more content on other crypto players and what their journey was into the crypto world. If you like this video, please smash the like button. Please subscribe for more content that I'll be coming up with. And if you have any comments about any of these players that I spoke about, please leave it in the comment section below. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and wish you guys best of luck with cryptos in 2018.